Well, I guess I want to go for like the messy look, I guess, like a short version, a short-haired version of like Neil Gaiman, I guess. There you go. Way more comfortable right now. Way more comfortable right now. Hello there, writer friends. Welcome back to Max's Camp NaNoWriMo April 2015 vlogs. This is my day 3 vlog. You will be getting it on day 4, and today I'm going to be going over my word counts, whatever happened on Thursday, and my experience for this time around. So, as I pretty much predicted, I pretty much got no writing done on Thursday, that being, of course, day 2 of Camp NaNoWriMo, and that is because my Thursdays are just crazy. On Thursday, I go out and I basically do a bunch of errands, and I meet up with my best friend Kitty, and I hadn't seen her in like 2 weeks, so she went up to Seattle to see her friends. Pfft, what a dork, right? Pfft, what a nerd. Going out to see other people that are not me? Pfft, lame. I know, right? But she came back and we spent like all day just chatting and watching videos. So I did not get a lot of writing done yesterday, and by a lot I mean none whatsoever, but that's just kind of life. I'm just so used to that. And I figured, I got up this morning early. I got up early this morning. Excuse my syntax. Can you see that I'm a little bit tired? I think that if last video was me at 75%, I think today I'm like I'm 69. No, I'm more like a 63, 55%. It's because Fridays suck for me. I'm recording this on Friday. Fridays suck, because I have to record like 3 videos on the same day after writing for like 3 hours and working, and I'm like, not exactly the best way to go about doing things. But yeah, I sat down today, I woke up early today, and I'm like, am I gonna keep making myself feel guilty for what I didn't do yesterday? Not really, because ultimately I'm doing this for myself, and I chose to do things differently yesterday. And that's okay, because I still write a crazy amount of words, so I figured, you know what, we're gonna get up today, we're gonna get up early on Friday, and we're gonna do our routine and get right into the heat of things and write as we always do. And I did. I wrote a bunch of words today. I actually, today's word count, by the way, is 3,616 words, bringing us up to a total of 8,081 words. Ironically, my word count for the first day, if you don't include my midnight write-in, because I wrote like 800 words in the midnight leading to the first day, I actually wrote 3,620, which is actually four more words than when I did today. So that's actually pretty cute. I like that. That was actually kind of cute and adorable. So as for what happened in today's writing session, I wrote the second chapter of the story that I'm working on. I completed it. I had to go all the way just getting that done. It's interesting because I do like the most minimal outlining. If you've ever seen like my pictures on Instagram, I do the most, and I do mean the most minimal outlining in a scene. I literally just do a list of things that I think should maybe somehow possibly happen in the story, and I just have them as guides, but of course they always change. Like today, I thought I would open the chapter with the characters arriving at the place they were gonna arrive. But instead of that, I actually had to write like a page of leading there, because it didn't feel right to just start at the place. I needed a little bit of wind up, and there were a couple of character related moments that I wanted to get out of the way. It's kind of interesting because I'm in this story that it's about this enormous cosmic conflict, and ultimately it's about people doing things, and people talking with people, and people making assumptions. I think I talked about this in the previous episode, or I don't know if I did, but the reason why I love Hira, the protagonist of my story, is that she makes assumptions based on people. She is angry, she's bitter, and she makes assumptions and goes off the assumptions. And something happened in the second chapter where she makes an assumption based on the person that she's a companion of for the time being, and it kind of becomes the basis for what she thinks this person is, and she's not. So I'm waiting for all of the drama and comedy that will arise from that, of course, because that is the best part. Miscommunication is one of the best fodders for storytelling out there. It absolutely is. I mean, it's Romeo and Juliet. It's the Phantom of the Opera. Is it the Phantom of the Opera? I haven't seen it in ages. No, seriously though, miscommunication is the best thing. Because I know that, as someone who's watching a story, you're like, why didn't you just tell her about your problems and solve this entire problem? Because people don't talk about things, man. People don't talk about their problems, or most people. I try to do my gosh diddly darnest to actually talk about my feelings and stuff like that, and make it very clear. It's like, hey, when I said this, I wasn't actually saying that to be mean to you. I was talking about something else, and just being open about the conversations that you're having with people, it just goes a long way. That being said, when it comes to fiction, oh yeah, miscommunication all the way. Raven's Gym is just a big act of miscommunication when you get down to it. Yeah, kind of just all miscommunication. Not Justine's Blood, not Sophie. That's like miscommunication on purpose. But Raven's Gym, my first published novel, it's absolutely about miscommunication. Or people not wanting to talk when you get down to it. But yeah, it's one of those things where like, I know that you as a writer, you don't want to have characters that people will yell at, but people yell at people though, right? I mean, like, don't get me wrong, but I get this feeling that most of the problems in the world, and I do mean most of the problems in the world, would probably be solved if we were all just like straightforward about our feelings or just honest about things. And maybe if we did that, we'd be more open and everything would work out a lot better. Maybe that's just me. Like, of course, I'm eternal optimist because like that's the only way to battle despair, man. You can't fight despair with despair. You gotta fight it with hope. With hope and belief, and you know, forever have faith in our goddess Madoka. But I'm all anime today. That is because Kitty made me watch anime yesterday. I say made me, so she sat me down, like tied me to the sofa and made me watch AKB 0048. Really good. I finally finished the second season of that. Really good show. I'm probably gonna make a video on that because that show commits to the idea of its setting. And commitment is so good. It's absolutely like fearlessly committing to an idea is way better. I commend that. April Fool's was like 2 days ago, and there were certain people out there, because there's always dumb jokes for April Fool's. There's just dumb things that happen. But there were certain people who I followed on like YouTube and stuff, and they committed to their jokes. Like they come in making a joke video and they go all the way, never break face, and that's commendable. I think that's absolutely commendable. And when it comes down to writing, and especially writing something like science fiction or fantasy or supernatural or basically anything that is not contemporary fiction, boring fiction, normal world fiction, you have to commit to your story ideas. You know, you have to go out all the way. Yes, I digress. Today has been actually a really good writing day. It was interesting getting back into the flow of things because you're always afraid, and I'm always afraid whenever you have to skip a day because of things happening. And I don't like skipping days, but that just happens. I wasn't gonna get home at midnight and write to wake up at 7 in the morning. That's a little bit. I just went through puberty again. That's a little bit excessive for me. You know, I write for a living. If I miss a day, I miss a day. That's life. You know, like I am the first person in the world who's gonna kick you in the butt and get you to write. But I'm also like, you know, don't go killing yourself. Like, it's fine. Like, you can miss one day. And I missed several days last November, and that's fine. That's life. You know. So if you missed a day or you haven't been able to write, don't worry. It's not about 30 days, man. It's not about 30 days. It's ultimately about building the habit to write. And for me, you know, I've made my habit and I just do it in the mornings, and I have like my little sketch rule where everything's sorted out. So I kind of sit down, put on music, breathe, and my brain is just like, okay, we're in the zone now. Let's do this. So since I figured that, you know, you're kind of like already watching and you're probably not going to turn off the video right now, I want to just show you that Kitty gave me a Toon Link amiibo, and she's a goddamn angel. And it's funny because she knew that I like Toon Link. I think Toon Link is freaking adorable. I've never actually even played Wind Waker, and I like Toon Link. And I have this sort of like remorse, because when Toon Link or when Wind Waker first came out, I didn't like it because it was different. And that was me back when I used to be younger, less wise, and excuse the expression, a shitty person. And of course I grew out of that. And I realized that I didn't like Wind Waker because it was different. It wasn't what I knew. That, of course, means absolutely nothing, and you can still judge something based on its own merits. And I, of course, watched a lot of Wind Waker stuff. Haven't had the chance to play it myself, but the game looks really cute and pretty, and I totally appreciate the art style. And I love Toon Link. He's just adorable. He's so silly. And Kitty gave me this figure, and it was kind of sweet for me, and it meant a lot for me because not only do I love The Legend of Zelda and the story and all the lore behind that, but Link is kind of mildly dressed like Hier, the main protagonist of my story right now. She just wears like a green tunic and fights with a sword. She doesn't fight with a shield, but it's just kind of like the idea of writing a story about a character clad in green who's off in a fantasy world and having adventures and getting Toon Link. It's just a little silly and cute, and that's literally the way my brain works, so I thought that I would share that with you. Talking about sharing, let me know how your third day has gone by. You know, how has your writing process been this last couple of days? I love reading your comments, and I love, you know, seeing how you've been going through this entire process. I know that, you know, not everybody has the time that I have for writing, so no, don't feel discouraged just because you missed a day, you missed a couple of days, or, you know, you're not getting as much writing out as you would like to. Trust me, I'm gonna make a whole video about this, but like, back when I got started, like, I would struggle to get 100 words on the page, and like, literally beads of sweat rolling down my forehead when I first got started writing, like a bunch of years ago. And it's just practice, man. It's just practice and discipline, and, you know, the more you do things, the easier they become. up to an extent, because there's always a little bit of a barrier with writing and the rest of the universe and life with you, but we can fight against that. And know that all of your favorite authors have fought against that and overcome that, and you can do so as well. But yes, let me know how your day has been in the comments and how you've been doing, and let's have a little bit of a conversation. With all that being said, though, I want to thank you for watching. Thank you for spending a little bit of day with me, and I'll be seeing you in a couple of days from now. Until then, though, mwah! Excuse me, princess.